Hey yogis, it's great to see you. Welcome to kids class number 8. Now we had such fun in Tanzania last week, I thought we would go on another adventure. This time we're going to head to Egypt. Before we do, let's get ready for our class with our breathing, our meditation, and getting our mind all switched on to yoga. Let's start today remembering that we're going to breathe in through the nose down and into the belly. So let's just start with a couple of belly breaths. Pushing those hands, the belly into those hands, I should say. Can you touch your fingertips onto your belly? And then when you breathe in, you might see a little gap. Big breath in and a big one out. And let's start today, what shall we do? Let's do bumblebee breath. We haven't done that for a little while. Okay, so we're going to breathe in, and in a minute we're going to put our fingers lightly to push our ears shut, but not forcing it, we don't want to hurt ourselves, so just lightly, so that you really hear the sound inside your head. As you breathe in, you're going to hum your breath out, okay? So let's do 1. Okay, so big breath in, fingers in ears, and breathe out. It's really loud, isn't it? But if you can try and do it so it's not too loud and just a lovely long tone, is actually a calming breath. So if we're getting a little stressed and we might just want to switch all the noise outside, other people's voices and things, without making sure that we're not doing it when someone's talking to us, because that would be rude. But if there's just a lot of loudness going on, try this. We're going to do it 2 times. Breathe in, breathe out at your own pace. And hum out your breath. Let's go. Great work. Let's come to our meditation. Now I go on about it so much, but it is a really good thing to do, even if you just do this little bit with me every week, but try maybe to do it another day, add another day into your week, or any time you're feeling like you need it. Just take yourself off and do it. Let's keep it with our usual words because it's easier for you guys to remember. 3 times normal voice, 3 times whisper, 3 times silent. Big breath in. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. Whisper. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. Silent. Lovely work. Let's warm up our bodies. Stretch those legs out. Let's give ourselves a bit of a rub. It's a bit chilly today. It's a bit of a grey day. But also, massaging ourselves and giving ourselves a rub is a really good way to improve the blood flow going around the body, bring a bit of life into the body. So we're just rubbing our arms, rubbing our hands, rub your thighs, that's the top bit of your legs, give them a good rub, a little rub on the knees, and the lower legs. Now, our poor old feet They do so much, don't they, that they often get forgotten about. So let's give them a little rub. Use your knuckle and give a rub along the top of your foot. Now, they're only your own feet, so if they're stinky, it's your own fault. Let's bring the foot across here and give it a bit of a rub on the bottom of the foot. And into this bit here, which is called the arch. Can you see where it arcs up? Give it a bit of a rub. And those toes, give them a wiggle, 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 wiggle. This big piggy went to market. I can't remember all those words. This little piggy ran home. Give them a wiggle around. Let's do the other one. Bring it up. Remember, knuckles across the top of the foot first. Get the blood flowing in there. Bring the foot over. Do the underneath. Give it a bit of a rub with those knuckles. And maybe a bit of a, like you're kneading dough into the arch of the foot. And then those toes. A bit of a rub and a squeeze. And a wiggle, 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 wiggle. And a bit of a wobble backwards and forwards. There, I think that's woken those feet up. Let's go on an adventure. We're going to head to Egypt. Today we're going to get there by hot air balloon. So crisscross those legs. Hands ready, because you've got to blow it up yourself. Not just going to turn up for you. You've got to do the work. We're going to breathe in through the nose, down the pipes of course, filling up the belly and then blowing it into our balloon. So let's breathe in and out. I don't think that balloon is going to lift this body up. Do you? Let's have another one. Big breath in and out. Oh, that's a bit bigger. There you go. That'll do it. And you start to float. So let's do a wiggle. We float all the way up. And in super, 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 super time, we land all the way into Egypt with a bump. That was easy. We should do that more often. We land in the desert of Egypt. There are so many animals around. What animals do you imagine in the desert? Camels. Of course, camels in the desert. Let's do camel pose. Now there's 3 levels of camel pose. So see what you think you can manage today. Coming up onto your knees. The first level is placing your hands on your thighs, the back of your legs. So we're going to just push our chest up to the sky, lean back slightly, trying not to tip. So just the back going back and hands on the legs, looking up to the ceiling. Camel level 1. Take a big breath in and out. Big breath in and come up to normal. Camel level 2. We're going to tuck our toes under and reach the heels. Now, the important thing is that we don't twist to get down because we might hurt the lower back. We want to come down straight. You want to make your arms as long as possible, so make them really, really long out the front and then bring them around to open the shoulder. That way you get as much length in the arm as possible. So opening the shoulder, leaning slightly back, hopefully with the top of the body more, but you will come a little bit down here. We're going to try to reach those heels and then push this bit back out and look up to the sky. Try not to drop your head too far back because you don't want to hurt your neck. Looking up, take a big breath in and out.
Now, camels are notoriously grumpy. Can you make a grumpy face? Big breath in and out. Come straight up, not twisting in the back. Now, level 3 is the hardest, of course. We're going to lower those toes down, and then you're going to try to reach your heels. Then again. So, extend those arms, make them super long, long, long. Bring them around so our shoulders are open. Leaning back. Try to reach those heels, and your head will go a little further back this time, just if it's comfortable. Remember to keep this bit pushed forwards. Big breath in and out. Big breath in and out. And straight up. Oh, you can come forwards first, just as a counterbalance, because we just went back. So have a little stretch forwards. And think about what other animals there are in the desert. Lizards, of course, lizards. So the best way to come into lizard is from a downward dog. So place your hands on your mat, making your fingers wide, coming onto your knees, tuck your toes under, push your bottom back into the air, and those heels down to the ground. And let's bring one leg into the air. We're going to swing it forwards and get it to the outside of your hand. Like that, okay? So this is, if that's the best you can do today, stick with that one. Make sure this foot is firmly on the ground. But if you want to go further, you could see if you can get down onto your forearms. That's the lower part of your arm. Here we go. And again, we don't want this knee to go forward of your foot. Lizard pose. Take a breath in here. Of course, you should be really feeling that stretch in this leg. But I also do feel it on the leg that is straight. That heel's pushing away, the leg is all switched on. Okay? Now, we've got to get ourselves out of this one and on the other side. So put your hands on the ground, swing your leg back to downward dog. Take a breath in here for a minute. Lift up the other leg and swing that one round. If you can't get it right up by your hand, just get it as far as you can that feels comfortable. Remember, it's a good stretch, not a painful stretch. Now, you might be better on this side than the other, or you might find this side is stiffer. Let's see. I'm going to go down. Oh, this feels a bit stiffer. So I can't quite get this arm down as much on this side. But let's take a breath in here. Hands to the ground. And push back to downward dog. Now, the next animal we see is a desert fox. So let's stay in downward dog. Go back to the other leg. Lift that up. Swing it forwards and put it in between the hands this time. And then lower the knee to the ground. So we're doing our runner's lunge for our desert fox because he loves to run. And this time we can put the knee further forwards, increasing the stretch on this straight leg here. Okay? Take a big breath in. And out. Okay. Other side. Hands flat. Swing that leg back. Lift up the other leg. Bring it in and in between those hands. Knee to the ground. Okay. Now, try not to lean too much on the leg. Push it forwards. Feeling the stretch in here. Very good. You're a desert fox. Come back to downward dog and lower into a plank and down to the ground, because we have one more. We have a cobra snake. So we're going to start with baby snake. Hands are by your chest, elbows are tucked in, shoulders away from your ears, and just a little one, because you're a baby snake. Big breath in and a small hiss. Coming down, coming up into the next one, which is the cobra snake. Big breath in and up. Very good. Coming back. We're ready to do a sun salutation. So let's stand. Ready for a sun salutation. I stretch up to the sun. I fold down to brush the sand from my toes. Swish, swish. I step back. I am a desert fox. I become a hissing snake. I jump into my tent. There's a scorpion in the tent. Ah! I run out. I brush the sand from my toes and I say hello to the sun. Now, try to swap sides. Can you remember? Let's see. I stretch up and say hello to the sun. I fold forward and brush the sand from my toes. I step back into my desert fox. I become a hissing snake. I jump into my tent. There's a scorpion inside. I run out. I brush the sand from my toes and I say hello to the sun. Lovely. Now it's time to go looking for pyramids. How many ways can we make triangles with our bodies? Can you think of any? Well, we just did downward dogs, didn't we? And they are triangles. Let's just check. Are they triangles? Bend those knees, plant your hands, step your feet back, bottom in the air, pushing your heels down to the ground. Yes, that is a triangular shape, isn't it? A nice triangle from here all the way down. Great work. Take a nice big breath in. And as you breathe out, bend those knees and jump. Your feet together and slowly rolling up. What other triangles do we make in yoga? Obviously, triangle pose. Okay, so these feet are straight and this one is turned out. So this one's straight horizontally and this one is straight vertically. Okay, keep this bit all nice and flat. Stretch your arms out to shoulder height, this height. Not up here, not down here, but here. And then we're going to tip forward, keeping our leg straight. So we tip forward at the hip and then we bend down. So your hand's just going to rest on or touch your leg. We're not putting any weight on it. Okay, so you're pushing this hip out and you're just bending. Depending on how wide your legs are, if you feel you want to go down a bit further, you might make your legs a bit wider. Forwards and down. So this arm and this arm should be straight. I don't know if I look straight, feel straight. Okay, so we made the triangle with our legs there. So we have this is a real yoga pose called triangle. And when you come up, you slowly breathe in and breathe out, bring the arms up. Swap the feet around. Whatever you do on one side, you gotta do on the other. So you might find this side's easier, this side harder, I don't know. Take a big breath in and out. This time as you breathe in, we're going to come back up. Breathe out, put your arms down. Now there's one more pose that is quite triangular, and it's funnily enough called pyramid pose. So with this one, it's a bit of a narrower triangle. Okay, so we've got another straight foot here and another turning out one, but they're just closer together. You're going to twist over the leg, and you can help you by holding your hands behind your back, pulling your shoulders back, and then we're going to go forward, but I don't want you going down all twisty. You're keeping your back flat, okay? So pull those arms out, big breath in. You can look up to the sky, say, hi sun, and as you breathe out, coming forwards. Now, if that feels okay to stay there, stay there. But you might want to take a breath in. The next time you breathe out, use that breath to take you a bit further. So our legs are staying straight. Pyramid pose. Breathe in, coming up, and swap those feet around. So straight foot, slightly wonky foot. This time when you do your hands, can you see how you lock them, your fingers in one way? Try it with the fingers the other way, the other little finger in the front. It will feel a bit weird, but it's a good way to balance everything out. Okay, pull the shoulders back by pulling your arms out slightly. Remember to have your hips over your leg and that flat back as you come down very gracefully. And take a breath in here. And as you breathe out, can you go any further? Take a big breath in and out. Slowly coming up. When we get to the pyramids, we see the Sphinx guarding the pyramid. Come down onto your tummies. So the Sphinx is a half man and half cat or lion. So they have their paws out in front and then they're looking out. They're guarding the temple. So to put anybody going off, put anybody off of going in, that should be. So you're very important looking. So important faces needed. So this is a mini back bend. So you should just feel a nice stretch in the lower back here. Now, we're going to go inside the pyramid. So let's get ourselves up. We start walking into the tunnel, okay? But it starts getting smaller. Oh no, I'm really crouching down. Oh no, the tunnel is getting smaller and smaller until I have to crawl in. Oh no, I'm crawling and crawling into the pyramid. Inside the pyramid, there's a sarcophagus. Oh my goodness. So stand up, feet together, push those legs into each other. One hand on one shoulder, one hand on the other. It's a beautiful painted gold, blue and green sarcophagus. Now a sarcophagus is what they used to put the ancient Egyptians in when they died. So it's a coffin. And the door slowly opens, and there is a mummy. It stretches its arms, and walks towards us. But don't worry, it only wanted a hug. Hug your arms around you and give you yourself a squeeze. Swap arms, the other one in top, squeeze. Looking around inside the pyramid, there's hieroglyphics. Hieroglyphics are how the ancient Egyptians used to write, because they didn't have words. So they used to use pictures, which we call hieroglyphics. And did you know that ancient Egyptians used to worship cats? So coming down into cat pose. So first of all, before we do the cat, let's worship the cat. On our knees, stretch those arms out, place your head down on the ground like you're worshipping. And coming up into cat, on your hands and your knees, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Remember to arch up that back. Meow. And bring your head through. Purr. Okay, so push your back up to the sky, your head dips down to look at your tummy button, and you do a big meow. 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 There's also pictures of crocodiles stretching out long, feet together. So this arm is like a pillow for your head. This arm reaches over, so this is going to be your crocodile jaws, but you're going to lift up your tail to challenge your tummy area. Okay? So, snap, 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 snap. Can you wiggle, 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 wiggle your tail without falling over? Snap, snap, snap. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Let's try the other side. This is my wobbly side, so if I fall over, don't laugh at me. Okay, stretch out. You want to be able to see those toes when your legs are there, so they're not too far forwards and not too far back. Okay, lift up the tail and snap, snap, snap. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Snap, snap, snap. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Oh, I did it without falling over. Very good. Now there are also pictures of hippos. So there isn't really a yoga hippo pose. So what we tend to do is put our toes together and our knees wide, and then think of the hippo in the water, and all you can see is his little ears and nose and eyes. So we bend forwards. You can even hide your nose in the water and just have your ears and your eyes out. And of course there has to be pictures of snakes, doesn't there? Now we've done a baby snake and a normal snake a few times today, so why don't we try the king cobra? Coming onto your tummy. Now we did this in Africa last week. So hands by your chest, the same as in normal cobra pose. But we're going to straighten the arms this time and bring your snaky tail towards your head and looking up. King cobra. So a big old angry hiss. Big breath in. You're a ferocious snake. One more big breath in. Excellent work. Pushing back and curling up. Well, that was quite an adventure. I think it's time to crawl back out of that pyramid, don't you? Can you get back to the tunnel? Start crawling. Getting a bit bigger. And a bit bigger. and slowly we come out of the pyramid, ready to get back to our hot I took a hike up the big mountain. Yoga makes me strong. Yoga makes me strong. When nighttime came, I saw the stars. I took a hike up the big mountain. Yoga makes me strong. Yoga makes me strong. A friend joined me and told a joke. When nighttime came, I saw the stars. I took a hike up the big mountain. Yoga makes me strong. Yoga makes me strong. We took a long rest in a chair. A friend joined me and told me a joke. When nighttime came, I saw the stars. I took a hike up the big mountain. Yoga makes me strong. Yoga makes me strong. A doggy joined me for my walk. We took a long rest in a chair. A friend joined me and told me a joke. When nighttime came, I saw the stars. I took a hike up the big mountain. Yoga makes me strong. Yoga makes me strong. A cat jumped up on my shoulder. A doggy joined me for my walk. We took a long rest in a chair. A friend joined me and told me a joke. When nighttime came, I saw the stars. I took a hike up the big mountain. Yoga makes me strong. Yoga makes me strong. Then came a cow to join the fun. A cat jumped up on my shoulder. A doggy joined me for my walk. We took a long rest in a chair. A friend joined me and told a joke. When nighttime came, I saw the stars. I took a hike up the big mountain. Yoga makes me strong. Yoga makes me strong. Then came a cow to join the fun. A cat jumped up on my shoulder. A doggy joined me for my walk. We took a long rest in a chair. A friend joined me and told a joke. When nighttime came, I saw the stars. I took a hike up the big mountain. Yoga makes me strong. Yoga makes me strong.
Thank you.
It's time to head back home after our Egyptian adventure. I thought we'd skip the hot air balloon actually and go back by flying carpet. So, look at your beautiful flying carpet. Lay down. Remember, if you want to get something to cover your eyes, you can. Eye pillows if you have them. Cuddly toy if you haven't. Or just a piece of blanket or a little hanky or something. And if you want a blanket to keep you warm while you're laying down and snuggling, then grab one and come and meet me on the mat, laying down, preferably on your back.
Stretch your legs out nice and long. And slowly roll down bone by bone. And gently rest your head. Let your feet flop to the sides and your arms to the sides. We're going to get our body ready for relaxation. So, lift your hands slightly off of the ground, just a little bit. Scrunch those fingers into your fists and squeeze with all your might. Feel all of the tension in your arms. That means your muscles have gone really tight. So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Make circles with your wrists in one direction and then the other. And then relax. Let them flop down. Let all the muscles in your arms relax, your fingers open, and just get them comfy and forget all about those arms and hands. With one leg, lift it up slightly off the ground and scrunch those toes, making all of the muscles in the leg really tense. Squeeze, 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 and then relax. Give it a wibble and let it flop. The other leg, lift it slightly off the ground, push your heel away, your toes towards you, and scrunch those toes up. Squeezing, making everything super, super tense and tight. Squeeze, 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 and then relax. Let the toes and the feet just flop to the sides and forget all about those legs. Take a nice big breath into your tummy. And as you breathe out, just let all the breath go through the mouth with a big breath into the tummy and out. And if it feels comfortable, close your eyes. Start to let your imagination take you on a magic carpet ride. So first of all, notice the soft material of your magic carpet under your body. Imagine the colours of your carpet. It's been made especially for you. Tightly woven, soft and silky, and wonderful colours. All around the edges are golden tassels. Imagine your hands tightening around a couple of the tassels on the edge of the carpet. And those tassels stiffen, creating handles. And slowly you tell the magic carpet to lift just a little bit off of the ground. And notice your body starting to float. You're just a little bit off the ground. Do you feel perfectly safe? Know that you are the driver, and this magic carpet will only do what you command. You are in complete control. Your body starts to feel lighter as you lift and float your magic carpet higher up into the sky. Higher and higher, you feel lighter and lighter. Looking down onto the ground, the treetops below, the gardens. You can see people playing out, bouncing on trampolines, swinging on swings, playing football in their gardens. And you notice the little houses
and everything seems so small, and you are safe on your magic carpet, high up in the sky. The sky is a beautiful blue, just the odd little wispy cloud. The sun is warm on your skin, and you feel very peaceful. You can zoom your magic carpet to anywhere in the world. Maybe you would fly past the pyramids in Egypt. Maybe you would take your magic carpet to Africa and fly over the savannah we visited last week, watching the animals running around. Maybe you'd go to a big city like New York, fly around watching those empty streets where people are not out and about as much. Or maybe you'd go at New York when it was night time and all of the buildings would have the twinkling lights. Wherever you go on your magic carpet, know that you can always come home. Slowly glide your magic carpet back to England, back to Kent. But notice up here in the clouds, all your worries just seem to drift away, and you just feel peaceful and calm, peaceful and calm. Slowly glide your magic carpet back to the ground in your house. And as you gently land back into your room, you notice your legs back on the ground feeling really heavy. Your arms back on the ground, the back of your body, the back of your head, heavy, heavy on the ground. Take a big breath in through your nose and let it all out of your mouth with a big one more breath into your nose. Wiggling those fingers and toes, stretching your arms and hugging your knees up to your tummy. Your eyes are still closed at the moment. Have a little wibble around. Maybe you can put your hands on your knees and make a little circle in one direction, massaging your back. And in the other direction, just small and gentle circles. Take a deep breath in and slowly open your eyes. It's going to be a bit bright, so you might need to blink. Roll onto the side and take a second here. Big breath in. And then slowly push yourself up. Remember, you're trying to keep your calm feelings with you and those peaceful feelings. Hands come together. Hands to our head to think good things. Hands to our mouth to say good things. And hands to our heart to do good things. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed visiting Egypt today. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye. Have a great week.